Hi, this is Pearl and welcome to my channel. Today I have a process video for my week 29 in my project life for 2019. You'll see here that I'm putting the pictures that I printed in chronological order. I like to have them semi-chronologically when I put them in the layout, as well as balanced. So you'll see I go from the top left to the bottom left, then to the top right to the bottom right. That's how my album goes chronologically anyway. So I usually like to have about 7 or 8 4x6s and 2 or 3 3x4s. But if I have taken more vertical pictures than I have horizontal pictures that I can use, I will go ahead and print them out in 3x4 and put them in a 4x6 spot and use a 4x6 journaling card to back it. So this is the week that my kids, or my one kid, did a water sports camp. My oldest son was still sick. He was not quite well enough to go ahead and do this camp. So my one son did it with his friends. Also, this is the week that my third son signed up for art camp. And when we got there, my daughter said she wanted to join, and she was right on the cusp of the cutoff for the age. And the teacher went ahead and let her sign up because she had one spot left that was open. So I'm going through the journaling cards from the Studio Calico July kit. I look for the 4x6 cards first to back the 3x4s that I'm going to be putting into those spots. Then I go through the 3x4 cards and I try to figure out which ones I want as journaling cards and which ones I want as deco cards. After I do that, I will put the right side of my page off to the side and work on the left side of the layout first. So I want to be sure that I use my embellishments that came with the Studio Calico kit. I like to limit myself to using only the supplies. Plus, I was at a crop, so I didn't have my whole craft room to go looking for things, rifle through things. So this is the picture of my kids, and the first day they did art camp. They made this wonderful picture. They painted it and then glued buttons down everywhere. And I was so impressed with what they could do at this age. So I'm using my Stabilo dark gray and I'm going to be journaling, and I wrote, signed Winnie up for art camp. Once we got there, Kaya wanted to do it too. Fortunately, there was an extra spot. And then I'm going to also go through my embellishments, and I will end up putting a cork star. Why can't I ever remember that it's a cork star? A cork star to the top of that after I go ahead and date it. So that time I use the VersaFine ink to date it because I like to use the VersaFine ink when I'm stamping on paper. And then I use a tiny attacher to the cork star. And I have these labels, and I use the print and cut function of the silhouette. This digital labels are available at Studio Calico, and they match the colors of the kit. So every month I go ahead and print that off a couple of times to make sure I have room for journaling. So on this top photo, I wrote, sign the bigs up for water sports camp with the TAMs, but Zach was still sick, so he couldn't participate. So I put that there, I staple it. I always like to staple my labels just for a little extra dimension. And I date stamp it on the bottom using my stays on black onto the bottom right of the picture. And there's the tiny attacher. Next, I'm going to work on the title card, and I'm going to use the Felicity Jane Black Essentials Alpha. They're puffy stickers, and I'm going to put 29 on the bottom. I don't usually put the date range on my title card because I have every single date written or stamped onto either the cards or the picture, I should say. So those Felicity Jane Black Essential Alphas are great. I go ahead and just put one palm leaf on, and I just staple that in to the middle. And then on this card, it goes to the picture on the bottom left. My girlfriend and her husband had a whole table for opening day at the Del Mar races, and they asked me at the last minute to go. And at the very last minute, they said they have a whole table that was empty, so I invited my friends to come join us. So Angela and Daniel invited me to opening day at the racetracks. At the last minute, they asked if I wanted to invite more people since they had an entire table. Fortunately, the Bajans and Rizix made it work. What an experience. It was so fun to be dressed up and wear hats and whatnot. And they had some beautiful hats there for sale, but they were like $100. Can you believe that? If I ever get invited again, I'm just going to borrow my friends' hats because I don't have any fancy hats. Mine are just to keep me covered. So I'm going to go ahead and date the journaling card as well as the picture. And then that's a picture of us at the table. And then I'm working on the picture of me getting my hair did. I only get my hair done twice a year, so this is always something to document. And I journaled, finally got my hair done. I typically only make it twice a year, and it's heavenly to get my hair done and pampered. I love getting my hair done. I wish I could make it more often, but seriously, it's such a long process for me to get my hair done. I'm probably there 3.5 hours or so. Oh, but I love it when I get it done, and I always want to make a date to go out that night after I get my hair done because it always looks the best. Now I'm going through these word stickers that came with the kit, and on the one of the boys, I wrote, I put new encounters and explore the world. On the bottom photo, I put there is a world to see. And then I'm going to put one more that says love grows here to the top left picture. Then I'm going to work on the right side of the layout. One day we got invited to come watch our kids for water sports. So I brought my big DSLR to take some pictures. And I took this picture. I spied my kid getting ready after I had signed all the waivers to come watch and get on the boat. And on the journaling label, I wrote, love listening to how excited the boys were about wakeboarding. And then I'm going to take a tiny attacher, and of course I cut off the excess because I like to have my labels hanging off the side. And I'm so happy that they get a chance to wakeboard because I don't know how to drive a boat, but I remember learning to do this in high school when I was up in Michigan, and we were wearing wetsuits because there was snow on the ground. So on this picture of my son wakeboarding, I'm using the word stickers this moment, fill your soul, and sunshine. On the journaling card that said loved it, didn't love it, on the top loved it portion, I wrote, watching how good Christian was at wakeboarding. He made it all the way around the bay, and he did that without falling. On the didn't love it portion, I wrote, Zach missed it, and I put a sad face. He was so sad because now he's missed 3 camps. Poor thing. Now the picture to the right of that is the water sports camp picture that they take. I went ahead and scanned that in and made it into a 3x4. On the bottom right, I cut a picture of my kids with their See's Candy lollipop, and I wrote, it was National Lollipop Day. See's Candy was giving away free lollipops. They gave each of us caramel lollipops. The littles weren't having it, so I had to buy chocolate lollipops anyway. So much for free lollipops, I still had to buy them chocolate ones. Now the picture on the bottom left is a picture of my son, and just look at how happy he is out on the water. I love that picture so much. Now on the last journaling card, it says today's adventure. I wrote, on Thursday, I got permission to get on the boat and take pictures of Christian. I, loved it, Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.